All right, quick update on the cobalt. So, I've got my trunk, 5 on, 5 off. Over there as well. My rear window bar is in. I've never seen anybody do it this way. I think I already said that, but there's that. Door. I got one right there. Fuel tank is in. It's 3/4 inch with lock nuts holding the board in with some of it, some of that style angle iron bolted to the board. Tank sits down in, and then nuts there, and you just basically cross it, and it actually holds it in pretty good. It's nine wire. I round the ends around the bolt, and then I weld it. Then I weld the 9 wire. I mean, this way you can still slide it on and off, but this way, if it does start moving, it takes a little bit more for it to pull apart. Battery box is in. Toggle switch for the external fuel pump. External fuel pump is right there. Yes, I know it's red, not black, but ground is straight to the ground. The positive, which is actually a black wire, runs up to the toggle switch, and then from the toggle switch back to the battery. This is not the battery I am going to be running. Because this battery is too big to fit in there, but I'll have to get another one. Seats in. My racing harness, it's just the lap belts. Got that in. I moved fuse panel there. I just kicked over spray can. Computer has been moved right there. Pulled the box completely out. Gives me more room. And there's the next thing. So, on this side, this way you guys can see better. Cobalt strut. Cobalt rack and pinion. Cobalt CV axle. Cobalt lower control arm. 05 Cavalier spindle and lower ball joint. Take out. Now these are going to be the hot riveted in. Best way to do it, cut basically like an X, a T, whatever you want to call it. Cut it, air chisel. I ground it smooth just to get rid of the rough edges, and then just hammer and a punch those out, and then I took my plasma cutter and wallowed the holes out, and the holes will be in for the cobalt, and the Cavaliers are actually wider, so you actually have to go towards this end on each side. Roughly the same size of the hole, but you just have to wallow it out towards this way for this bolt, and then the other bolt will go towards the basically the back of the car. Set all that in. Yes, I know I need cotter pins in these. I don't have any right now. And then I put washers underneath to help keep this all rigid, because like I said, you got to wallow this out. But then we get to the spindle. All that then sits down on top perfectly fine. Like I said, cobalt CV axle, didn't change any of that. And it goes right in to a Cavalier hub, and it's locked down. I don't know if you guys can see it moving, but there you go. See, all spins. Now for up here, this mounting point on the Cavalier spindle is wider than the bracket for the cobalt. Yes, you can swap out the strut. Just basically pop the 3 bolts up top, lower the whole entire thing out, and then you can just put in a Cavalier strut if you want. And then that saves you this, that'll save you time on this next step. Me, I'm trying to save as much money as possible. I know, Derby World, blah, blah, blah. You know, you spend money, don't save money. But I'm only figuring this car is going to make one run. Nobody's really ran a cobalt per se and had any luck with it. So I'm not wasting a lot of money. But what I went ahead and did is I ground down, it's about 1/8 of an inch thicker than the mount on the strut here. I just basically clean up both sides and then just kind of go back and forth each side. After that, you know, give it like, you know, 30 seconds, flip it, 30 seconds, flip it, just kind of somewhat keep it even. So then there's that. Once you get it down, it will fit in. Now, 2 different size bolts. I keep putting my damn finger in the way, sorry. 2 different size bolts. Stock bolt for the steering knuckle off the cobalt. This is a smaller bolt. Oh, what do you want to call it? A carriage bolt. Smooth head on the other side. The holes do not line up. So the top hole will line up perfectly, will literally line up perfect. Put the bolt back through. This one is half off. So what I did is, instead of wallowing out the hole on the spindle or wallowing out the hole on the strut, I just went ahead and found a bolt that would go straight through. Put some washers, washer, and then a regular nut, and tighten them down. And all I did, a little bit too hard. There. And all it is a carriage bolt. It'll go in so far, take a hammer, smack it flush, and you're pretty much good to go. Now, I am right there in that pocket there. And then this pocket through here, I am going to lay a bead of weld just in case. It's not going to be ridiculous. It's just going to be, you know, kind of tack welded in place, more towards that bottom bolt than anything. So pretty much you do that. Cavalier, 2005 Cavalier spindles will fit a 2008 Chevy Cobalt. Now to the other side. Here's the other side. It is done. Rotor, caliper, brake line is from the Chevy Cobalt. Use the screw, same screw out of the Cavalier calipers. I mean, they will interchange. I just went ahead and used the same ones. You do what you want, but I use the same ones. But the rubber brake line is the same. The only difference is the ones off the Cavalier are, I think, like 1 inch longer. So you do got to watch how far you turn these, or it will pull this tight. I mean, you still got play up here because it's mainly from here down. It's pulling tight, and it still has play right here that it will flex. But the Cavalier brake hoses are about 1 inch, 1.5 inches longer. So there is that. But other than that, that's pretty much all I've gotten to. Still got to do front bumper yet. I am not running that. Still got to do front bumper. And I got to weld driver's door yet, which I'm not welding the driver's door because I am having fuel line issues, so it actually helps me get in and out of the car a little bit easier to do that. other than that, it is ready, just about ready. So this car will be ran at a Smash It event in the, I guess it'd be Pro Stock Mini. So it will be Pro Stock Mini Smash It event. And we're just going to see what happens. Rear bumper I'm going to leave stock just because I really don't feel like taking it off. That's pretty much the only reason. So, but there it is. So, other than that, I've not really made any more progress, but I'll probably do one more video, final update, and then I'll do a paint video if I have time.